All right, well, welcome. We can get started.
All
I
right, thank you.
forgot to assign someone to do the toast, so that's on me.
One's on you.
Well, to our guest Justin, and on the topic of food, let everyone have a full plate, around them for their community.
Salute.
Ching ching.
We're the only ones that can do the clink. Okay, let me just go over. Oh wait, I had my agenda and then I closed it. But first, happy Bucks. Is there anyone that has happy Bucks or had a happy moment that they would like to share with the group?
Come on, Jolene. I know you got one.
Rough week. Oh my
No,
God.
it's only Tuesday.
I want to put in happy Bucks for
All right, Lisa.
starting my tutorials with my grandchildren.
Oh, great.
Thanks.
I think that's amazing, Lise.
I'll throw in some happy bucks. We did a hike over in Hope Valley, and the altitude's high enough that all the trees have started changing. So,
Oh, fun.
fall for the first time since moving to California. It's been pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. So I'll put in some happy bucks. The Community Service Committee at Oakland number 3 has approved the $8,000 grant to start the funding for our mural. It needs to be approved by the board, but normally what gets recommended by the committee goes to the board. So there's the first 8,000 towards our goal of 13 to put up the mural. So we're well on our way.
Wow. It's rolling. That ball's rolling.
It is. So
Anybody?
I'll put in some happy bucks. I felt good about making biscotti for the first time this weekend. That was fun.
Oh, good girl.
I always wanted to make it, and then we had, with bulk food now you can't buy scoops of nuts. You have to buy a large bag. So I had like 6 cups of cashews. So I was looking at making those cashews with lots of spice on them, and then all of a sudden Epicurious said cashew biscotti. So I'm like, okay. So it worked out really well. And I'm also happy enjoying my outdoor yoga class in Temescal. That's really cool. Great teacher. So I'll send you some happy bucks.
Thank you, ma'am.
I mean, I was gonna maybe use it for next week, but I'm just happy we have plans this weekend and we're gonna go out.
I know, right? We're all going to see each other in person. It's amazing.
properly spaced on a bike.
Yes.
Yes.
Socially distant with masks and all, but still, it's like, oh yeah, I'm busy on Sunday. So that's very nice. I'll be sending that over, Jolene.
Okie doke.
All right. Well, I can move on towards updates. I sent you all an email today, and there's a couple of upcoming events. This weekend on Saturday is the Avenues of Service hosted by the district, and it's a project fair. You're able to register in advance once you go to the website that is linked in that newsletter. And so Rotary Vietnam's project is gonna have like a virtual booth. It'd be nice to stop by, support the group, but there's also a way of like exchanging business cards if you'd like to do that and network. There's a paid section on the website for that. I'll be attending, so hopefully I see some of you all there. And the other thing is the Oakland Zoo's registration for the Bison Romp is live. We will start pushing promotion once I get some more copy for social media. I created an Area 1 fundraiser, team fundraiser. So once people start signing up, they can kind of use that link, and that's kind of our group's, what we're raising. I put a target goal of 5,000 for now. See how quickly we can reach that, but it sounds like it's moving along. There haven't been too many issues.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to use this weekend's ride towards that goal, and just in terms of mileage, we all need to individually register, right, for the event?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
It's pretty straightforward, and there's an option to buy a shirt in a separate section. You don't have to register to buy the shirt. They're raising funds with through both methods. But you might want to get your order in, I think, I want to say before the 19th, because that's when the first shipment is going to go of shirts. So you can have your shirt in time for the 4th to the 7th if you want to like document. But they're like tracking mileage isn't really a thing. So
Yeah.
it's all in the honor system. So doing it ahead of time. What are we doing?
Okay. Just tell us we should all do it, and then maybe it'll get done. You know, don't give us any excuses to delay.
Send a reminder to register. I will do that.
Cool.
Yeah. And I don't think I have anything else besides.
Thank you, Josephine.
Yeah. Well, Brad, did you want to talk about last week's meeting with all the big 5 clubs? I know you were on the call.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that was cool.
yeah, it was, so the first 5 clubs of Rotary have joined together. At first, just to connect. So these first 5 clubs, the one that started it all was Chicago in 1905, quickly followed by San Francisco, then Oakland, then Seattle, and Los Angeles. So 4 out here on the West Coast in Chicago. And so they were tasked to, last year, President Mark Maloney tasked them to do something about it. I mean, it's nice to connect, but why don't you do a service project? So they are teaming up in November on a single day to distribute 10,000 hygiene kits to the homeless in each of their cities. And so they kicked off this event to commemorate it and to finish raising the funds necessary to finance the effort by having Jennifer Jones, who joined us once on our calls, speak to them. So it was really interesting. They give a little bit of a history of the first 5 clubs, a little bit of the history of how this came to be. And then Jennifer had a chance to talk. There were about 250 people on the call. It was a great community to witness. And then afterwards, they went into breakout rooms. And I didn't join any of those, but Brandy did. And so she can report whether that was worth its time and effort or just a lot of fun to connect with people you don't know.
I mean, it was fun connecting with people I didn't know. There was one point where I guess it was a video producer from LA's Rotary Club, and he had like, I guess his DSLR connected to the computer and for Zoom, and it was like so like HD quality. I was just like, what? Are you gonna do a makeup? It was interesting just seeing people's, different backgrounds, like what they do. One thing that I wasn't sure about, because it didn't seem like everyone had a clear idea of how to identify the population. Some people said homeless, some people said unhoused. And is there a PC way of referring to people that are, I wasn't sure. I was like, people kept going back and forth. So it wasn't clear to me how to best describe it. But part of the issue with the breakout room, I think, is there wasn't really a topic to discuss, or unless you have like a discussion leader, if you will. So you're kind of just waiting to see like people unmute themselves and like to get the conversation going. It's not easy just being thrown in a room with strangers.
Right, and just chat. Yeah.
I did get randomly thrown into the same breakout room as Brad's sister.
You go.
So I was like, it took me a minute during the conversation to put together that they were siblings.
I see.
Howard's a
You
conversation.
wouldn't be the first.
Was she aware of it by the end of the call?
Oh, that you two are siblings?
No. Generally speaking, not, but okay, fine. Thank you for bringing in the family dynamic.
It's a rough relationship.
I was trying to figure out whether you two connected the Rotary Club and all that. Anyway,
Yeah.
Never mind.
You knew.
What else is on your agenda? Just keep rolling. Jeez.
I tease. These are jokes, people.
That was a good one.
Thanks. Actually, I could just move on to, are there any announcements open? And Brad, you kind of gave
Yes,
Oh, yes.
I've got one.
Yes.
We have a speaker for next week.
Oh, yay.
Is Peggy Graybill. And I will be having a phone call with her tomorrow to discuss kind of the preemptive stuff. And then I will be scheduling with her Thursday, Friday, or next Monday, the kind of walkthrough. And Justin, just so you're aware, this is kind of like just the club meeting. And then we do what's called Conversations in Oakland, which is a more public facing speaker series. And
Okay.
for that one, we're bringing in the League of Women Voters to discuss all the California propositions, the pros and the cons on each side, because it's always such a, headache to walk through all
Yeah.
of that. So we're hopeful that it's going to go well. And so that'll be our conversation next Tuesday at 5:30.
Okay. Interesting.
All of them or just a few of them?
That's what we will discuss tomorrow. I don't know. I would imagine that all of them would be near impossible in an hour.
Yeah.
So I think that 3 of them is probably too few. So I will work with her to see what she thinks the happy medium is and make sure that the ones that people have emailed me they would like to have discussed are on the docket.
Neat. That's super helpful. I mean, I've watched their YouTube videos before, and I think they can be pretty long. I don't remember if they do it for each proposition or separate, but
Well, they actually did a woman from the league did a presentation. It was only a little over 20 minutes for the Lake Merritt Breakfast Club.
oh,
Ooh,
So she picked some
yeah.
to talk about. But one of the things she said that we should all bear in mind is don't pay any attention to the ads.
No.
They're very misleading.
Oh.
yeah.
There's actually a really good podcast called Bay Curious, and they're doing an episode every day on each one of the ballot measures. And it's like, I don't know, somewhere between 13 and 15 minutes each. So they're, totally bite-sized. And if you go to their list, it's like you can pick which one you want to see or which one you want to listen to or listen to them all consecutively. So
Well, do you think that'd be useful content for us for Twitter leading up to?
hadn't thought about that, but
I mean, if they're bite-sized, like,
yeah, no, they're super short and they tell you both sides and it's good. It is good.
So
There you
it's like unbiased. They're kind
Totally unbiased. Yeah, totally unbiased.
There's a link in the chat room via
awesome.
Dan. Thank you,
Thank
Dan.
you, Dan.
Good afternoon, Ruben.
Sounds good.
Hey,
Right.
Ruben.
Rotary is supposed to be an apolitical organization, right? So we have to be
Yes.
careful about how we phrase these things.
Well, this is
Yeah.
this is not a political piece. This is, and this is, many clubs would have the League of Women Voters, or many times Rotary clubs will bring in the 2 candidates to, talk in that environment. So it's not out of our character. We just have to make sure that it is an unbiased review of them and it's positioned as such.
Well, the league won't take positions on contested elections, but they will on propositions.
Yes, I know.
I know you know. I'm sharing that with others.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, and part of our talk is I have informed them that we do not want their position. We just want the unbiased side.
Oh, okay, great. Cool. I mean, if we want to see their position, it's on their website. Great. Thank you for that update. Any thoughts on what we're looking at for November? Or actually, the 3rd week of November is Thanksgiving. So are we gonna do a buy on November for Conversations in Oakland?
We're having a turkey speak. We've already booked it.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know you were speaking for us, Brad.
Thank
Oh!
you. Thank you.
Oh,
It was a softball.
yeah, I was gonna hit it, but you got there before me.
So, sometimes you just let the stuff go by. You don't have to hit it.
Always swing.
There it is. It's not that funny, Ruben.
Oh, you're muted.
you're muted, dude.
I'll unmute you.
He just beat everybody to it. That's what I was laughing at.
Yes. Yeah, actually, since the holidays are coming, do you think we'll?
Friends with a squirrel.
I mean,
Have to
so
say hi.
so what we did last year is we actually just moved the one for the end of November to early December and did one.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so I think Brad and I have a couple irons in the fire, but nothing has been confirmed one way or the other yet.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, that's enough time to lead time to promote it and stuff.
But if anyone has ideas of things that they would like, we're kind of at the cold call period right now. So we'll take input if you come across something that sounds interesting as a conversation in Oakland. As always, nothing you haven't heard before.
Brandy, you mentioned in your email that the bike ride is kind of a training for the Bison 5K. And it seemed that you were implying that potentially we'll do a walk together. Is that, or did you mean just separately? I just didn't know if that is a potential event.
So it's virtual. I mean, the zoo kind of just wants to promote, like, if you have a pod, you can do
Right. Okay. I just didn't know if that was a potential event or not.
it. I don't really have any socials planned for November quite yet. So I mean, if we want to do,
I mean, we could do another hike in one of the state parks. Obviously, maybe, I mean, hopefully maybe who knows, the hiking traffic will have waned, given that it'll be a bit cooler, but I mean, obviously we don't want to run into crowds or be unsafe.
yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what early November weather is going to look like as well.
I don't know.
If today's any indication, I feel like
I know.
it's great.
So.
I'm all right with the longer warm months, like that's, love warm weather.
Yeah, I do too.
Armando, not so much. He's not a fan.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did we lose? Oh.
Sure, Dan? Oh, fine. Empty it.
All gone.
Oh, he's teasing you and refusing to share wine. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great having you two in the same area.
Cool. It's fine. We're good.
Oh, well, Ruben just stepped away, but you didn't get a chance to ask him about.
I'll connect with him afterwards. I'll get him at the end after Justin's had a chance to talk.
Sounds good. All right. Well, Justin, this is the part where I introduce you.